Good Sunday morning, and thank you for joining us here on ABC 10. I'm Austin Castro. Let's get straight to that breaking news as the search continues in Stockton for the suspect in a deadly mass shooting at what's being described as a children's birthday party in a banquet hall. This all happened just after 6 yesterday evening on Lucille Avenue near Thornton Road. Investigators calling it a targeted attack. The family event, a party ending with gunfire on Thanksgiving weekend. This right here is video from the scene last night. Investigators say a suspect is still on the run. This is what San Joaquin District Attorney Ron Freitas had to say.
It's our understanding at this time that the individual responsible is still outstanding. If you have any information as to this individual, reach out immediately. And if you are this individual, turn yourself in immediately.
Now take a look at your screen. Investigators want you to have this number. If you have any information about what happened last night and a possible suspect, you are asked to call Stockton Crime Stoppers. That number right there on your screen, 209-946-0600. Again, 209-946-0600. You can also leave a tip anonymously. We go now to ABC 10's Roxanne Elias with more details on that deadly shooting.
This is Thanksgiving weekend. This is when families come together, celebrate, share memories, give each other love. And unfortunately tonight, heaven is a little bigger with the individuals, children and adults that unfortunately do not make it.
In an emotional statement, Stockton Mayor Christina Fugazi offered her support to her community following a shooting at a banquet hall near Lucille Avenue Saturday night. San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office spokeswoman Heather Brent sharing that 14 people were shot, 4 of them killed, including children.
It is unfathomable that there are young children who are harmed, that there is anybody who is harmed in this, and our hearts go out to those victims, to their families, and to our community. Do you have any further questions at this time?
Multiple agencies and city leaders are vowing to seek justice for the victims who were shot at a family gathering. District Attorney Ron Freitas calling the tragedy unthinkable and pleading with his community and asking the person responsible to turn themselves in.
When this individual is caught, you have my promise that you will have the full force of my office's resources in holding this individual fully accountable.
Mayor Fugazi also calling on her city to do better and speak up if they know anything.
Whoever did this, if you know them, as the district attorney just said, please call Crime Stoppers. You can leave an anonymous tip. We've got work to do, and this type of violence, again, our city is better than that.
And as we all know now, it was a heartbreaking situation. ABC 10's Gabriel Porras was there just minutes after it all unfolded and has more information and reaction from locals.
Well, it was a very frantic and fluid scene in the minutes after the tragedy unfolded. It was here at this parking lot, this strip mall, where we're told some of the crowds first ran to try to get cover. There was so much adrenaline in the air, but the heartbreak was palpable in those first few minutes. We were on scene less than an hour after the tragedy unfolded, which means we saw those groups of first responders, dozens of police cars, fire engines and ambulances, and most heartbreakingly, families and mothers sobbing, asking where their kids are. People who live near Thornton Road and Lucille Avenue say it all happened so fast.
That was a lot of gunfire. That was a lot of gunfire.
At least 3 bursts of gunfire, Jason Amoson said, and after a fleet of first responders.
There was probably 10 to 12 ambulances, every fire truck, every police officer.
At first, he didn't know what had happened, but he saw, as we saw, on the cold concrete and under the dark sky, families breaking down into tears.
Afterwards, there was a lot of people that walked out, a lot. yelling for their kids and stuff like that.
Is really what's sticking with me and with so many here tonight. Those parents who just wanted to know where their kids were. Tragic to know that so many of them will never see their loved ones again. As many of you know, I was born and raised here in San Joaquin County. I've been to this strip mall several times, just a couple weeks ago actually, for lunch. I have friends who live in this neighborhood. They are all stunned. To say that this is heartbreaking is really an understatement. The grief and the shock is palpable in Stockton, and the city is shaken. In Stockton, Gabriel Porras, ABC 10.
Assemblymember Rosita Ransom, who represents Stockton, released a statement saying, quote, "I'm heartbroken by the violence and tragedy in Stockton and the senseless loss of life that has resulted from this. My heart is with the families experiencing unimaginable pain and with those who have been injured. These events are deeply traumatizing for our community." Meanwhile, the governor's office also releasing a statement on social media saying, quote, Gavin Newsom has been briefed on the horrific shooting in Stockton. The governor's office of emergency services is monitoring this evolving situation and coordinating with local law enforcement. Stockton Mayor Christina Fugazi confirmed she spoke with Governor Newsom, saying he has offered the full support of the state of California to assist the community and law enforcement agencies in any way needed. Stockton's Vice Mayor Jason Lee also speaking out shortly after the shooting, his statement saying, quote, "To the families impacted, to the loved ones grieving, and to every child and parent shaken by this tragedy, my thoughts, my prayers, and my heart are with you tonight. Stockton is my home and your pain is my pain." The Stockton Unified School District released a statement as well saying, quote, "Our hearts are with all those affected by today's tragic act of violence in our Stockton community. We are holding the victims, their families, and everyone impacted in our thoughts. In moments like these, may we stand together in strength, compassion, and support as our community begins to heal." And happening today, there will be a community prayer vigil following that mass shooting in Stockton. It will be hosted by Faith in the Valley to offer a space for collective grief, healing, and solidarity. It will begin at 3 p.m. and will be held at the site of the shooting or the nearest accessible area if the site is still closed. Attendees are invited to bring a candle and all are welcome. And remember, you can keep up to date with all of the breaking news as it happens through our ABC 10 Plus TV streaming app. It is free to download to your TV.